Hey everyone, it is Elson932 on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. We are here for Love is Blind Minnesota. This is season 8, episode 2. Before we continue with the drama, please like, share, and subscribe. My notes are like, we are in for a ride. We start off with Taylor and Daniel. She lets him know that her dad's name is Daniel and he's a good man. So are we saying, did too many people with the dads have the same name? And we'll get to that. So does the name mean he's going to be a good man for you? You know, he was a good man for your dad, for your mom, but don't let the name, mess with you. She says her dad was diagnosed with cancer since September, and the family has just corralled with him. But as a nurse, she goes to worst case scenario. And her dream is to have him walk her down the aisle. And she said it took this illness to make her realize that her dad really has a piece of her heart. So she just goes on, that she's not had many long-standing relationships, but Daniel says that he loves little things. He loves giving flowers. And for her, it's just sending food. She's like, if I say I'm hungry and you sent me food, like Taco Bell, she would love it. And I'm like, girl, Taco Bell, really? She says she got a tattoo on the inside of her bottom lip. Is that a thing? Let me know in the comments. Is that a thing? I've never heard of that. I've seen it in a movie. But, ooh. He said he is willing to do matching tattoos if they get married. The song is You and Me Belong Together. This love is all we need. Now I gotta ask about the matching tattoo though. Let me pause there for a second. Are you gonna do the inner lip thing or is it gonna be someplace else? I have questions. In the woman's lounge, we hear that Sarah loves dad bods. She goes on and on and on. Sarah continues with this conversation. She says, don't sweat the small and petty stuff. Life is just too short. She has a date with Ben. Remember, Sarah is 28. She's an oncology nurse. Ben is 27, an account executive. She said she's been thinking about him all day, and he has a huge smile thinking about her. Again, Netflix shows us that they have snack baskets in these pods. They're like, go and talk about us, not feeding these people. Netflix, I see you. She's a huge foodie. She will eat and order whatever she wants. She doesn't care. She's not, a picky person. So the both dads make, great steaks. They said there'll be a steak off between their dads. They'll get to they'll get to try each other's steaks. I'm like, okay, y'all ain't cooking for each other, but the dads are gonna cook. Okay. She asked about religion. He said he was raised strong Christian. She said she's not religious, but she was raised Catholic. She said religion is tough for her because her sister is gay and she loves her sister. Her sister is her best friend. And it's difficult for her to go to a church that thinks badly about her sister. He said he'd rather use the word faith than religion. And he said he will go to the pride festivals. His friends are gay as well. So he has no problem, even though he is faithful, being part of, a rainbow coalition. So he said going to college opened his eyes to different people and that love is love. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate Ben saying that. It was so insightful and great to hear that even though his faith may say something, he is able to think for himself. He does go to church every week. He prefers his partner to come, but he understands it, and she is open to go into a church that is open to all. She's like, my sister and I are a package deal in this church. So he says his parents' divorce has impacted him. His two older brothers got married, and then his parents got remarried. So Ben, I wonder if that put you in a tailspin. You're the youngest, I think. The parents divorced, then they got remarried. I have questions, Ben. That is interesting. I think it's the first one that we've heard admitted that the parents got back together. In the women's lounge, Lauren talks about Molly and Dave. And Molly doesn't know that Lauren is also a favorite of David's. Whew. I said, Is it that she really doesn't know? Because Molly is a good player. Is it that she doesn't know? Or is she planting seeds in Lauren's head so Lauren has doubts? I'm wondering because Molly is my little sneak attack player. Sneak attack. Lauren and Dave. She tells Dave her fears have changed. She thought she would not have feelings, but now she may have feelings for someone who may not choose her. David admits that, not hearing what she said last night. So here's my thing. The conversation kept on. He didn't remember what she said. He didn't remember. Are you taking notes, David? I'm tired of you not remembering. Are you taking notes? Or do you just not care? So, you know, Lauren jokes with him and said, hey, you need to cancel your dates. He's like, yeah, no. He said, you changed my date yesterday. Deflection, deflection. He says the other girl is fun and funny. Why would you tell Lauren that? Is Dave feeling a sense of Lauren isn't fighting for him? Does Dave need the ladies to chase him or fight over him? I'm watching you, David. I'm watching you. Lauren says she wants him to explore the other options but she doesn't want to hear about it. Explore over there, figure out what you don't need over there, and then come to me, is what Lauren is saying. I like Lauren. He said he feels at home with her and like they never ended their date. So he talks about music. He has a playlist, including a sex playlist, and I'm like, dude, really? But he's willing to change the playlist because Lauren's like, I am not sleeping with you under the playlist that you had with somebody else. There you go, Lauren. State your boundaries and your standards. So they talk about they have feelings for each other and it's so cutesy, but I'm David. The song they play is Lost in Love. More like just lost. Then we see David with Molly. Molly says it's important to have fun. He says we both like to have fun. And he believes there's a natural chemistry that they have and it's just wonderful. And I'm like, are these two people just romanticizing? Or is Molly just going along for the ride? Molly reminds him, though, that he didn't have integrity. Is the face he made when she said that he didn't remember telling her, or he doesn't like being reminded of it? Let me know in the comments, because he made a little face. And I'm like, do you not remember? Or do you don't like hearing about it? But he's standing behind the couch. And I'm like, is he trying to stand there to create distance? Because he had a great date with Lauren. Now here he comes with Molly. And he doesn't want to get real close to Molly because he's still feeling the good vibes from Lauren. Kind of tricky. We find out that Molly has a house she said is little. It's what she needs. He does not have his own place. He's renting, but he has his own business. Okay, I understand that. You're investing in the business. But he said it's a lot more expensive than he thought. He said both his dad and his sister are successful at it. Remember, David is the one that his family keeps stopping him from making bad decisions. But I think they're also stopping him from flying and exploring. Ooh, but does he figure he needs to measure up? Does he not feel like he measures up? Is this another bad decision they were trying to save him from? He said he doesn't like people telling him what to do. Your family been telling you. Is that the reason? Ooh. He says he did not apply himself in college. She shares that she dropped out. Molly's like, that wasn't for me. College wasn't for me. And he forgot about that. Again, David, are you paying attention to your date? What are you doing? Every time you forget, you didn't know, you don't remember, write it down. You have a notebook. Use it. And maybe this is what the family does to him. Tell him what he's doing and he's making a bad decision, not writing stuff down. So he said he took a class on, literature and he had to read the Scarlet Letter. He didn't read it. He just read the front and back and he got a 6 out of 100. So she's like, yeah, we're not academically inclined. Our kids are going to need way more attention. I thought her reaction was very, very nice. He appreciated it. She did not scold him. He said he was having a tough time yesterday and their date made him feel good. Same line he used with Lauren. I'm watching you, David. I'm watching you. David said, we're going to have so much fun together. Less downs, since we're so positive, he feels he could tell her anything. She won't judge him or hold it against him. Or is he dodging responsibility? It sounds like if you're dodging responsibility. Okay? He tells that he did cheated, but he said it's not relevant to now. Ooh, David, how is your past cheating not relevant to now? We need to know what you learned from then to now. It is relevant. So he regrets it, says he'll never do it again. Sorry, I don't believe it. How it is stating. Okay? How it is stated. He said he has girls come up to him and now he won't entertain it. How soon is now? Is it right before you got to the pods? Is that now? Or is it now like for the past 2 years? What's now? I need to quantify now with a number. How long has this change occurred? David, you're screaming player vibes, and Molly is screaming she can handle this and turn you upside down. Okay? So she does not judge the past, and she has made mistakes before, but she admits she has never cheated. She did participate with someone in their cheating, and she knowingly went with them when they had a girlfriend. No wonder Lauren's worried. Lauren is like, if I become his girlfriend or fiance in this, would you go with him? No wonder Lauren's worried. But let's unpack this. And I want your statements in the comments. She was single. The other person was in a relationship. Is she considered a cheater as well? She wasn't cheating on anyone on her side, but she knew that the person had the relationship. So is Molly a cheater too, since she was party to the cheating? Let me know in the comments. It'll be interesting to hear your thoughts. She said someone, the person she helped cheat, had she had a history and a past with, and she was hopeful that they would have something in the future. Oh, so you wanted him to leave his girl for you? I see you. See, these are the little things about Molly that I'm like, I'm watching you, Molly. Your actions and behavior are telling me that, ooh, you a player, but I'm gonna leave it there. You wanted him to leave his girl for you, so you laid it on him. Okay. She said she'd never do it again. I don't believe her either. But he appreciates her being understanding. The song is I'm Taking a Chance and Letting My Heart Go. Great song, but I don't believe either of them. But I'm hoping they pick each other for the carnage, just for the carnage. Monica and Joey, they have a little dance party. Mm, mm, mm. He says she's pretty amazing, and she matches his big personality. She's bright, she's uplifting. Monica and Joey just, warm my heart. She said she's between jobs right now. She's not working. And we could tell that this was something she was really harping about telling her partner or potential partner. She said she had to stop working to help with her grandma. Grandma's losing her memory. She sometimes doesn't even remember Monica, who's her caretaker. She doesn't even remember her husband has passed. And it's really tough thing to say she's between jobs and that she quit to help her family. Now, Joey had a wonderful reaction. He said he's glad that she shared that. It's super important. And don't let anyone make you feel guilty about not having a job because she's doing something wonderful for her family. And he said this is the best date ever. The song they have is I've Never Seen Something So Beautiful. Alex and Madison, she makes him calm, constantly smiling, okay? They're both big cuddlers. She brought her stuffed animal to cuddle with, and she wishes Alex, was there on the couch with her. Madison says she's not ready to drop a guy yet. Remember, Madison is dating Alex and Mason. So her next date is with Mason. He said he's not a big reader, but he can read. I was like, dude, nobody said you couldn't read. And they talk about Halloween costumes. She matches her with her dog. It seems effortless, their conversations. And he said he can envision living with her, but he has more chemistry with Meg. So we turn next to Mason's date with Meg. She jokes about pet names, and he's like, pet names like, like baby, and she's like, no, like dogs and animals. He's like, oh. She's like, no, I was kidding. I like Meg. I like her energy. I like that she's quirky and she jokes. But she calls him Zaddy. He's too young for that, Meg. I'm sorry, Meg. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She says she's never lived with a partner. Red flag for me, Meg. Ooh, never lived with a partner. And neither has he. Ooh, y'all gonna learn together. Y'all gonna learn. Meg asked if he would be open to leaving the city, living about 45 minutes away, getting a house with some land, and living a simpler life, but still commuting to the city. And he was all for it. He's like, you can't be real, because that's exactly what he wants for his life. So Meg mentions the movie he just talked to Madison about. I believe it's called Her. It's about a man with AI, and he was weirded out about that. But they both realize that their top movie is Inception. Remember, they talk about aliens and the pyramids and conspiracy stuff, so Inception went right along with what they like to talk about. Song they have is What We Got Is No Ordinary Love. Next up is Devin and Virginia. Virginia asks, how am I different? I was like, what? What? How are you different to the other people? He said, hey, he's used to sporty basketball type ladies. That's what he goes for, what he's known for. She said she's come there to date someone different. He is refreshing. She likes his passion for basketball and coaching, and she can feel he's a kind person. Here's my thing, Virginia, that's a little shade. Are you getting Devin to admit that Brittany is his usual type, the basketball girl type that he usually goes for, and it might not work, so he needs to try with you? I clocked that. I clocked that, Virginia. Devin appreciates her noticing his passion for the sport through his work, and she said she never dated a nice guy, and she deserves a nice guy. He never admits to being a nice guy. I was like, Virginia, are you listening? He never admits to being a nice guy. So Devin has a date now with Brittany, and they have an instant connection. They have a similar life. He, Brittany didn't tell her dad about going to the pods. She said, because daddy talks too much. Daddy's a chatty patty. I like daddy already. I'm sorry. Not for telling all her business, but daddy seems like he would engage in conversation, and I'm loving it. She said, everybody would know if I told dad. Apparently, both their dads' name is Willie, and both their dads are juniors. So both their dads and granddads are named Willie. That is something, y'all. And then I'm like, y'all check the last names? Make sure y'all aren't related, please. But they're not. She told her mom, and the mom is reserved about reality TV. The mom had sheltered them. The mom made them listen to gospel. The mother used to check music before she bought it for them. So the mom doesn't want reality TV to really hurt her child, and we understand Brittany's mom. So she wanted him to sing his favorite song, and he's like, nope. Y'all gonna get me on this camera singing and y'all making fun of me because we would be talking about him. I'm sorry, Devin, we would be talking about you. She did say she would sing with him, which was really nice. She's like, I ain't got a singing voice either, but I would sing with you. She wants peace in partnership and someone who will have your back for the rest of your life. Ooh, girl. You want loyalty. I hope you find it. I hope it's here, and if not, I hope you find it. The song they play is Whenever You Go, I Want to Go, or Wherever You Go, I Want to Go. Then we see Joey and Monica. He said his favorite animal is the penguin because it's the only monogamous animal, one of the few monogamous animals. So Joey decides, hey, let me propose, and Monica says yes. The song is Marry Me, Say You Will. Okay, we have our first engaged couple, Joey and Monica. Let's give them a congratulations. So Alex and Madison, we're thinking of each other. It's time to get deep, okay? She said she cannot physically yell when they're talking about conflict. How do they handle conflict in a relationship? She cannot physically yell. I don't believe that. But we'll leave that there. She said she grew up with an angry dad, so she gets very logical. He said he handles it calmly. He was cheated on with someone who lived with him, but he has not cheated before. And again, I'm asking you, Alex, are you calm or are you bottling it up? Okay. She says she has been cheated on multiple times. People look at her and want her, and then when they get to know her, wow, they didn't know how deep she was. But she has been hurt these past few years. Are we trauma bonding again, y'all? I'm concerned. So Alex rightly asked, have you worked through those trust issues? She's like, I'm going to trust you until you give me a reason not to. Now they go into attachment styles, okay? He asks about attachment styles, and I thought this was a moving conversation. But y'all, she said she's an avoidant. When the energy changes, she runs. Okay? He says that's triggering for him because he's an anxious person. He's an anxious attachment style. So when he feels it's not good enough, when she runs, he will feel not good enough, and she can show she cares by staying. This gonna lead to issues, y'all. Ooh, one is fearful and dismissive and runs away. Ooh, one is anxious. Y'all, this oh, if they've worked through it, it can be wonderful. If they have not, ooh, it can be stinging. She does recognize her patterns, but I'm like, can she trust with all of this stuff that her family has gone through? But she's like, hey, it's shown growth. She recognizes it. He's like, yeah, I see it. You can grow, but he's apprehensive about it, and we understand. She appreciates him saying he's scared. He is pacing, y'all. He is pacing. His anxiousness already is on high. And I'm like, is he about to run? Because even though she's fearful and runs, it's his anxiety causing him to run from her. So she comes from a religious background. The talk about intimacy is not talked about, okay? She did not become intimate till she was 22, and she did some work to get around the shame of it. Is there still some shame there? I'm wondering. There's a lot of heavy bags coming with you, girl. There's some heavy bags coming with Madison, and I'm not sure Alex can carry them. I'm not sure anyone here can help her carry them. So she said this is, her strongest connection. He says, yes, she is the strongest connection. But is this an attraction because he's used to dating girls like her? He does like her, but he has a lot to consider. She hopes she hasn't scared him off, and she loves the way he thinks, and he's a sweetie, and she loves talking to him. The song is, the sun is coming our way, and it feels amazing. It ain't feeling amazing right now for Alex. He got a lot of thinking to do. Mason and Madison, he wished his pillow was her. Mason talking nice, quiet game. Quiet game. He said, if I were a movie, what would I be? She's like, yeah, you would be the friend to turn into a boyfriend. He said she would be the villain, but she's just misunderstood. She said, yeah, she'd be a villain in a story. And I'm like, Madison, you're giving me Molly vibes here. She is known to be a jealous person and makes it worse when she has been wronged. Ooh. Remember, she told Alex, you be nice, but I'ma handle it. Madison! She tells him to open up the question box. Then she tells him, oh, I want to listen to music. Is she going to lead? Mason, is she going to lead you? Is she going to take over? He says he likes her. She's like, how much? She's pushing. She's playing with Alex. She doesn't push him as much, but she's pushing Mason. And I'm wondering why. So she said she played sports. He asked if she had any of her old uniforms. He's always going to visual and sexual with these ladies. It's like, your Halloween costume. Ooh, do you have your uniform? Ooh, that nurse's outfit. He's always bringing stuff back to visually and basically, how do you look? He's always overly excitable, and the way he says it is like a teen boy seeing a girl for the first time. So he enjoys spending time with Madison. And when she keeps on describing, I think Madison has clocked him with that. And she keeps describing herself based on what she's wearing, a micro mini or the slip dress. She's using that excitability with him and giving him visuals. His fear is that he cannot articulate well. He can get comfortable with her and make mistakes with her. And she shares that, she cannot say infuriated because he couldn't say a particular word and I forgot what it was. So she's like, hey, don't feel bad. I can't say infuriated. It was sweet that they connected on that level. The song they played was Take Me Home With You. In the woman's lounge, Meg says she feels giddy. She is scared to share her feelings and that, her dude will run away, meaning Mason. So we next see Meg with her date with Mason. Now they're talking about Halloween costumes and she talking about the skimpy nurse costume. And I'm like, dude, save it. She said she's holding out for her soulmate. Meg, I hope you do find your soulmate. I'm not sure if he's here, but I'm holding out hope for you. She said if she came back to life, she would be a butterfly, he a dolphin, he'll be the good guy of the ocean. Now I watch when people say they're a good guy. Are you really? But dolphins are vicious creatures as well. So now I'm watching you, Mason. Maybe the good guy of the ocean, you look real nice and cute, but you could be vicious. And that's what I'm thinking of you, but I have no proof. It's just an inkling. She's scared that the man she chooses may choose someone else. And he said he's scared too. But we know he has another connection. We know he has options. Meg is only dating him. She has said that in the women's lounge. She has no other options. He said he gets confused after the dates and she wants to confuse him more. That was a nice way of saying, I don't want to talk about your connections and I want us to continue to connect. I like that, Meg. The song they have is We Move High and Fall to Pieces. Meg tells the ladies that the energy has shifted with Mason. Him saying that he's confused after the date kind of shook her a bit. And she's not sure because it's sounding kind of shifty. So next up, we have the reveal between Joey and Monica. We see them both pacing, wondering what the other will look like. The doors open. And that is the end of episode 2. Please join me for episode 3, where we see how Joey and Monica feel about each other after the doors open. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.